All right. Welcome back to What They Won't Tell You, the Quantum Truth with Sherry Onshara. How are you today, Sherry?
Fabulicious.
Awesome. Fabulicious. That's a good one. So today on our agenda is intuitive power. Ooh. I like to call it the power of discernment, but I mean, as far as what it is discerning things that come into your life is like, oh, am I supposed to be here or not? And Sherry was talking about basically having that feeling and chasing that feeling. But in your own words, Sherry, what is intuitive power and how can we learn that?
Oh, it's so easy. It's part of your natural ability. Intuition. Everybody go, oh, intuition. You're a medical intuitive. You're an intuitive. You know what? Intuition. Come on. It's the truth. Intuition is your natural, innate ability to discern. It's that word, discernment. Is it correct for you or not? Not right or wrong. Because I'm positive you're negative, or I'm right that you're wrong, or you're right that I'm wrong. No, intuition is your natural innate ability to discern what is correct for you. And the best part of it, it has growth because something might be correct now, and then maybe a year later, something else is even more correct. So it's your inner guidance. It's your inner guidance system. It's your GPS. Trust it. It's just natural. It's innate.
So does you always mention in our podcast the left computer, is it right computer brain or the left computer brain?
Left computer brain.
Left computer brain, right? So left computer, right? But with that left computer brain, does it pull away from our intuitive power and confuse it?
Yes. Oh my God, that's the most brilliant question ever. Yes, because this is how it works as a physical body. This left side is your female. It doesn't have anything to do with gender. Get over it. And the right brain is your creative brain. And so when we're only in this left computer brain that goes to the right male side, not gender, you manifest, you manufacture, and you can even manipulate yourself. Oh. And so when those brain get together, and that's one of the things that I do in that discernment of your intuition, because the brain is really a fabulous computer to organize information.
Yes.
But you know what? It's like a 286 computer trying to download an app. It
just can't process.
It can't process it. So your intuition is your natural processor that says, you know what, this is for me or it isn't. But we've been taught through the belief systems, duality, whatever, that don't trust yourself.
Right. Yeah. Trust us. We know everything that's good for you. Don't worry about it. We got you covered, whatever it may be.
Yeah. I mean, this is how ridiculous it is, using myself as an example. This has nothing to do, except it has everything to do. So when I was growing up, the pyramid says you have to have milk. They didn't know anything about, that you are lactose intolerant. So my mother would force me to have milk and eat meat. I'm not against it. I just am a veggie girl. I love veggies and fruit. But the authority says, and I would say, my intuition, don't eat it. I'm telling you, I learned at the dinner table to outsit my mother.
So, what do you mean by outsit your mother?
Because I wouldn't eat it.
I see.
Or
so you need to eat that meal. I'm going to sit here for 2-3 hours. We're going to buckle up, Mom.
Exactly. And so my intuition says don't. And the kitty can only eat so much of my stuff.
Yeah.
And so when you listen, and that is when you apply your intuition to business, as an entrepreneur, in a relationship, you follow it because it's that connection where you would like to live or what you would like to do. And here, I have to share a funny story. Years ago, I told my friends I was going to take a trip by myself. I was getting in the car, and this is long before GPS and all that stuff. And they said, where are you going? I said, well, I'm going to follow the signs. The practicality of the signs. And they said, you're so intuitive. I said, yes. It says Chicago this way, St. Louis that way. And so the metaphor and the perfection of it, the signs are inside of you. And that's your internal guidance system. Follow your intuition. Isn't that the coolest?
It is. It is. I think we get caught up with following our brains of what people tell us. And again, broadcasting, we talked about that. I won't get too far into it, but what the news is telling us, the social media, and it's about questions, right? Going on the quest for yourself, not for anybody else. And I think that a lot of people are trapped by listening to things that are broadcasted to us. Do you feel like that's true?
Yes. And here's an example. Years ago, my sister in law was diagnosed with something. And so, not wronging anybody, and this is from a huge, major hospital, college, university. And they said, you know what? Within 6 months, you'll be dead. And for some reason,
Wow.
I tracked it to the day, to the day,
Wow.
not following her own intuition.
Yeah.
That no, and I call that a diagnosis. Or how about go on
Diagnosis.
a die it? We came here to live, and your best tool is your intuition. It's natural, it's innate, and it is that ability to discern. Yes, this is for me, or no, it's not. And it's changeable and flexible. But in those belief systems, there's no flexibility.
Right. So the belief systems are basically holding us back from our intuitive power. Is
Yes.
that what you're saying?
And it's a power. The left brain is a force, 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 force.
I love
And
that.
then you don't have the power within you, and we're always in a fight.
Right.
So the more you trust yourself, it opens up the world in all different directions. You don't have a higher self and a lower self. You have an expanded self. And that's the quantum truth that no one would like you to know, because they want to be your labeler. They want to be in control of you.
Your control, right?
Yeah.
In control, right?
Yes. But inside of you, in that inner beingness of you, and that's who you are, is this fabulous, fabulous tool. It is so natural. And when you follow it, guess what happens? That's why when I took my drive, I just got in the car and said, I'm just going to have the experience. And people said, were you afraid of getting lost? How could I? It's north and south, east and west, and the roads are on diagonal. In some cities, you go around them. You can't. What gets you lost is not trusting your intuition. And that's lost in life, personally and professionally. It's the same. And so your intuitive power is the power. It's the source. It's the snap. It's the photon. It's the light. And by the way, the light is information, and you don't have to be a light worker. Remember the truth? Because if you're a light worker, that means you got to go to a job and dig up light or put it together. No, light is information.
Light is information. Interesting. So as far as information goes, if light is information, right, and we have intuitive power, so how do we download the information or the light from and not use our computer brain?
Because the light of information is inside you. It's
Okay.
called inform at your ion level.
Information, right?
Yes.
Information. Oh man, it's
And
breaking down these words, and like we've heard all these words, listeners, all the time, right?
time.
Control, question, but the way that she's phrasing it, it just makes you think. It's like, wow, it's like little Easter eggs in each and every word in my mind. So
Yes. And you know what? That's the best part. Let's break open the egg so the yolk is no longer on us. The yolk of all those controllers and the control. So you can be yourself. Can you imagine if everyone began to trust their intuition? Would we have to be against each other?
I hope not. That's what we're talking about here, to wake people up.
Yes. And when we are following our intuition, we can be in that space of power and support each other. Can you imagine what it would be like for the next generation and the new babies to come?
Well, let's get into that on another time.
Yeah.
All right. This is What They Won't Tell You with Sherry Anshara and Quantum Truth. Join us next time for the next podcast and vlog episode. Thank you.